Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, the SLOTRO 2 edition. This is Gnomadan here. Say hello to everyone, Gnomadan.
Ha ha!
Indeed. When last we left off, we were celebrating Bilbo's birthday in honor of Sir Ian Holm passing on, going to the undying lands of Valinor. And we've talked about the Springfest coming back, and it's just over that hill, Springfest everywhere. So we'll be doing some more of that, trying to get caught up on it, enjoying it. I'm getting to like the Springfest a little bit. I'm learning the maze, so it's not quite the hassle that it was. We did pick up 3 deeds here the last time. Let's see, deed completed was Baggins' birthday, 12 of 12. It is giving thing. Listen to all 12 of the Hobbit stories about Bilbo Baggins' adventures. Shipped off in a barrel reminds me of another story I heard once. Gandalf kidnapped Bilbo and carried him off in a sack. A story about dwarves and hidden tunnels. Mushrooms and pies, bleh. Bilbo flew off riding a firework, shooting across the sky. In which Bilbo goes off to the elves to learn about growing the best taters. Bilbo's all dressed up in black as a masked vigilante, protecting the Shire from evil. Bilbo's purchased a fine fake beard and is hiding amongst the dwarves. Bilbo's bringing the Lonely Mountain a new nice dragon to keep it less lonely. The riders of Rohan and the company of Theoden have a new member riding with them on a war pony of his very own. This one. Radagast has taken Bilbo under his wing as the first ever Hobbit lore master. And Bilbo is living with the elves, writing his memoirs in the form of a one-act play. Oh, all right, very good. So that takes care of that deed. We got a title awarded, which was Chronicler. You have completed your collection of tales about Bilbo Baggins and his recent adventure. And then we were just, so we were bestowed that deed, and then we completed it. All right, so there's where we are. That was a nice little bit. I remember doing that once before. I think it was Gnarlo I did it on. Don't think I've ever done it on Glendoran. I'm not sure. Have to take a look at it and see if we need to do it on them sometime. See if we have the deed for it. Anyway, now we are back to the North Bree Fields here. Let's talk to Andreg, see what he has to say. The little
How can I be of service?
Have you found any supplies along the orcs at Cirith Nur? The beasts have stolen much of what they made their way here, not to mention that they received from their allies in Breeland. Blow it up a little bit. Good. And dirty work, orc slave.
What can I do for you?
You will find the orc encampment at Cirith Nur, west of the Greenway to the north. Make your way there and defeat the orcs and attempt to break their will. So we've gotten ill-gotten and dirty work, orc slaying, and we're going to finish up Thornley's Revenge as well. So we got a bunch of 19th level quests, and that's good because we are 19th level. In fact, you notice I put the stone of the tortoise back in my pocket so that we are no longer gaining XP here. And we're going to head over here to Cirith Nur and see about killing some of these orcs. We've also got Thornley's Revenge, which is defeat the Red Reaver. When we do these, we will jump back in and actually complete. Before I hand them in, I will read the bestowal text once again. Sorry, I was hoping to get this up yesterday or earlier, but then I've had a problem. My wife calls me. I was at work last night. And she calls me and tells me there is water dripping down from the ceiling in the living room, from the bathroom upstairs. And so I get on the phone and walk her through shutting off the water. And get off work, come home this morning, and a mess. Had to mop up all the water in the floor, bring my wet vac over there to her house, and it's just been a absolute mess, I've got to say. So, but it's a situation where it's like something in the wall has ruptured, so nothing I can do about it. If it was the toilet, I could fix the toilet, but I can't fix a let's see, we're going to attack the archer. think. Yeah, I think we'll attack the archer. So let's put this. I can't fix the pipe in the walls, so that's been a problem. So we would definitely have to get. Definitely gonna have to get a plumber out to see it this week. There's what we wanted. That, and then let's hit you with the rest of the barrages. Down you go. Alright, we have collected stolen supplies. We have defeated orcs here. And we're going to look for the Red Reaver. And I remember from last time, he tends to wander all around this area. I want to say that might be him wandering around right there, in fact. We just went behind that tent. Let's see if we can take out this archer while we're at it. Boom. 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 Down he goes. Nice, nice. Okay, don't see the Reaver in this area anymore, so I may have to go a little bit further in. Let's go ahead and take you. So yeah, same old, as I said, it's yet another hassle going on that I have to deal with. I wish I'd been home and could have dealt with it at the time. I would have been able to, you know, at least shut it down a little bit. There's the Red Reaver. Okay. And we make our way through here. Get over there to the Reaver. Should be able to. We have, oh, we can run in that cave if we absolutely have to. Remember having done that before. Maybe on Gnarlo we got a little overwhelmed, and I think I took it off into the cave there to see if we could deal with the problem. Alright, let's put down a trap. And let's barrage this guy to hell and back. And we go, defeated the Red Reaver. Fantastic. And we've gotten 3 stolen supplies, and we've killed 5 of the orcs we need to do. Let's take a look at these stolen supplies right quick. Go right here, and crates of stolen supplies. A crate filled with stolen or misappropriated goods from Bree or Trestlebridge. Okay, I'm going to keep wiping out all the orcs in this area. And when we've accomplished that, we will head back over there to see Andrag again. And I will talk to y'all then. One there? I would have swore there was one there. Boom! Down he goes. See you in a bit. The orcs of Cirith Urnur have been finished up, at least as far as the quest we have right at the moment. So we will see if there's any more that he's going to add to us to head back over there into that little horrid little pass there. Let's talk to him, and then we need to run over to Thornley's as well. All right, first of all, it's going to be dirty work orc slaying. He said, "The outsiders you dispatched were only the first of many foes that made their way into Breland from the North Downs. I had hoped that the message you delivered would have been clear enough to force some of the orcs back toward the north, but they have organized well and built out a fort upon the western side of the Greenway. We need to drive them out of that area as quickly as possible. You will need to travel north again, I fear, this time crossing the Greenway and searching for the orc encampment called Cirith Urnur. Strike at the heart of the orc forces there, and we may yet break their will." Indeed.
How can I be of service?
A cave was carved into the face of the cliffside, you say. It all makes sense now, Gnomadan. That must be where Fernie is headed.
Would you do something for me?
I had totally forgotten that Bill Fernie was a member of this little place over there, and this quest line where he's working with the northerners, working with the southerners and the orcs from the north. Ill-gotten. If we are to investigate Kirith Nur, then we should also do what we can about recovering the many supplies the orcs have received from raids and from the corrupted men who aim to assist them. That would be Bill Fernie and his lads. You are sure to find these supplies neatly tucked away in crates, packed far differently than the orcs would pack their provisions while marauding through the countryside. Collect these supplies, and I'll see that they're restored to the men of Bree and Trestlebridge.
Greetings.
Recovering this much from the orcs will surely help to alleviate much of the suffering that Bree and Trestlebridge have felt from the encroachment into their territories. I thank you much for your efforts. Very good. All right, we are still tearing through the level 19s here.
Stay a
Let's
moment.
see. Got another one. Breaking alliances. Your efforts in the south yielded information about Bill Fernie, a man of Bree with terrible and self-serving ideals. Fernie was working to assist the brigands loyal to Sharky to join with the Tarkrip orcs coming from the north. Such an alliance would pinch the resources to Breland from both sides and spell certain doom for her people. Your efforts here in the north have done much to assist us in seeing that the orcs are broken and their strength diminished. Your recent discovery of a cave built into the cliff face at Kirith Nur leads me to believe that the cave will serve a terrible purpose, a place for Fernie to meet with the orc leaders and facilitate an arrangement to further invade Bree. It seems now that you've been chosen to avert this invasion and shatter this alliance once and for all. You will need to return to the encampment of Kirith Nur and enter the cavern to disrupt the alliance. You must see that the orcs and evil men do not succeed in their plans. Are you prepared? I think this is one of the ones that in the past, just because it goes along like this, it was always solo, fellowship. I think this is probably one of the ones that became a fellowship at this point, and it was like, just can't get any further along until you're so far out-leveled it that they're all gray. Anyway, what do we got left? Let's go talk to Rose over at Thornley's farm and let her know what's going on. And then we'll look at a couple of these others. All right, Thornley's Revenge. This is where we talk to her about her husband, who was captured by the orcs up there, if you remember, at the pass going into Trestlebridge, and was horribly tortured by the Red Reaver, who we have finished taking out there. Let's let her know that we have achieved vengeance for her husband and that he can rest a little quieter at night knowing that the Red Reaver has been defeated. In fact, let's pretend that we're carrying the Reaver's head in a bag here to show it off to them. Let them know that yes indeed, you do not have to worry about it, he is gone for good. Alright, Rose. Ah yes, Rob. Let's look at Thornley's Revenge right quick.
Rob is resting now and recovering nicely thanks to you, but he asks another favor of you. He says he can't sleep, thinking about those accursed orcs what ambushed him up the Greenway. When he was captured, he said a large orc came over to torment him from a camp to the west from where he was being held, the one behind a wooden stockade. He says the other orcs called this monster the Red Reaver. Rob says he must have his revenge on the Red Reaver, and will be glad to give you what coins he can spare if you can put him to heal. Now, I can't say as I like all this bloodshed, and it sounds right dangerous to me, but if you show that horrible monster who tortured Rob a thing or two, I guess you surely do deserve a reward.
You startled me.
Rob will be so happy to hear you've done away with that beast of an orc, and I'll thank you too for making the Greenway a safer place. Please accept this reward from the both of us.
So we get the Red Rover's Doom, which we can't use, or Thornley's Revenge, which Fate, Agility, 54, nope. We don't really need the resistance rating. We're going to go with the Doom. It will be a vendor trash. There we go, and we have finished off Rose as well. Okay. Now, I thought when the last time I was here, I saw a couple of rings back here. Ray Thistlebur, the traveling vendor. I remember you. You look like my old boss.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Bears Craving Honey, level 18. Ooh. Have you seen the bears around here? They stumble so close to the farm both day and night that I think maybe they are growing tame. Or worse. If they continue to come closer to the farm, then it's possible they will attack. And if we put the horses in their stable before then, well, the Thornleys will certainly lose much. If you are willing, I can offer up some coin for thinning out the bears around the area. You will find the bears I'm speaking of roaming about from the old Greenway Fort in the east through the Brandywine Hills in the west. Return to me when you've culled this lot. So, defeat 12 bears.
What can I do for you?
Others think they are greater threats than bears in this land. Everywhere I look, I see them as a greater threat than any I've seen. We've got to do something about their encroaching and growing population. I know some Bjornings out east that might like to have a word with you about all that. Alright, Ham Gray Thistle. Let's talk to you, Ham.
Stay a moment.
Can't call you Pork. Boars making beds. The others are concerned about the carnivores stalking about these lands, but I'm worried about the boars. They are certainly capable of eating meat, but it is their bedding habits that concern me. The number of boars in these lands is enough to trample down the surrounding fields and destroy the food supply we need for the animals. It is for this reason that I would ask you to hunt the boars. Will you help? Defeat 12 boars. We can do that as well.
How can I be of service?
You will find boars all around the North Bree Fields. You may even find a hollow full of them if you look to the west. All right. And Nate Brittleleaf. Oh, you look like a BG.
Might I take a moment of your time?
You look like a stone BG. Look at those eyes. A hollow of wolves. Greetings, friend. Did the missus send you over to talk to me? I've told her time and again, Mr. Thornley too. The horses will get spooked if we bring them in with what goes on here at night. There are wolves all over these lands, and they've a den to the west where the Brandy Hills begin to rise in the distance. Until we thin out the number of wolves, we cannot risk the horses being moved here. If we thin out their number, I will think about bringing the horses out here to the farm. I'll even pay to get the help we need. Interested? So defeat 12 wolves, 12 bears, 12 boars, 12 wolves. 1 whiskey, 1 bourbon, and 1 beer. How is your search for the wolf den coming? I'm still seeing a lot of the wolves around here. Indeed. Alrighty, folks. I think that's it. Y'all may hear the thunder rumbling in the background. I've heard it a few times through my helmet. Through my helmet. Oh my god. Through my headphones. Whew. Like I said, I am tired. I was up working all night and then dealing with that all day. I've had like 2 hours of sleep today, so work should be interesting tonight. I will see y'all next time. I hope y'all enjoyed it, or at least been entertained a bit. We will see y'all then. I thank y'all for coming. Gnomadan thanks you too, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.